exactly, mate. If I get the nod to make the next meeting, I would have done all right.
Yeah, well, that's right, mate. So, now we are going into the Group A, and we're just checking this out. It'll be Daniel Thornton. Interestingly, we don't have any information from these guys at all. AJ is the navigator, and that's about all the information we have. Don't know where they're from, don't know what they do for a living.
Take your sunglasses off, KV. They're in a black boat with orange helmets. Come on,
right,
how
okay,
hard is that?
fantastic. All right, so Slim working very hard there and just showing us the level of IQ in a wonderful fashion.
Oh, yeah, I love you too, KV.
Well, that's right. So, yeah, just can't even see the sponsors on the bow of the boat, but Daniel Thornton certainly doing a very good job in the Lucas Group A vessel at the moment. The sharp left-hander there, transitioning from one side of the track, very wide out to coming back towards the commentary tower. Well, this is where Daniel Reid ran it wide, but Daniel Thornton decided the wrong way.
Oh.
He's just gone, and he was quick enough to get onto that. Now, the trick is to be able to get back on to the rotation properly, and you must come from the way in which you were going. So even though it looks as though he's corrected that run, he has not. Okay, just to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, he came from the far right of the track from commentary and went the wrong way. He's tried to correct himself by coming from the far left of the track from commentary, which is not the correct way to do it. You must come from the direction in which you were coming. He's got back to the right channel, but from the wrong way, DNF.
Is that like, so do you have to go the way you were going if you're coming the way you're coming? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm just glad we clarified that because I don't want to be confused.
It sounds very, very confusing, but I know exactly what I mean. Tim Betts now for the builder from Auckland, Jojo Kapua, doing the navigational duties of Coleman Marine, the Downs Group, and NZ Riverjet.
I mean, that's we've got guys that have travelled just about the length and breadth of the country. We've got Clayton and Mandy all the way down the bottom of the island from Wanaka, and these guys down from Auckland and Tauranga. So a great stretch, and of course my co-commentator with me all the way from Melbourne, Australia. So look, it's an international event, very much so.
Oh, and the other side of it is, you know, we're talking about wrong way for Tim Betts there. Jojo and Tim just have not really got their head around the rotation here. There's a couple of mistakes they've made. So now that's the long way back to try and correct it. They have got the rotation back correctly. Certainly, and what we're going to be seeing during this season, after the Worlds in Australia last year, we've got a number of competitors. Rob Coley, for example, races in Australia. We've got a couple of guys talking about coming here to race the New Zealand season from Australia. We know that Kyle Patrick from America is coming to race in New Zealand later this season. So the world really coming together, and the technology with live streaming, TV, Facebook, all the social media certainly just coming together. So Tim Betts just having an absolute nightmare out there at the moment. He's got, though, that far wrong. I don't know if we could ever work out if he can get back on course again.
No, he got wrong, then he got right, then he went wrong and right, and the hand's still up, so I guess he's wrong as well. And he's decided, that's enough from me, I'm going back in to put it on the trailer, and we'll debrief about that in the tent. Yeah,
Jojo Kapua just sitting there. I think that they've gone round and round in circles, and it would have been great if they had a sponsor sticker on the side, because that would have been great television coverage. So that's all right. Betsy, just one of those guys, loves getting out there and amongst it. So this will be Rick Flowerday and Jazz Flowerday from Pukahina.
Pukahina, well done, KV.
The managing director from ZB Homes, I guess, Bay of Plenty.
Bop. Yep, that's usually what it is, mate. Not the bop, but yeah, the Bay of Plenty. Yeah, exactly.
No, the big bopper. So these guys are rookies, and great to see them just tickling it around at the moment. Certainly not breaking records, not breaking speed, but not breaking the boat, not breaking bones. And this is the way to go about it. A little breeze just popping up through the commentary tower. So hopefully that breeze just allows that perspiration that we're all got going on here. Wonderful day here at the Wairarapa. Make sure, whether you're watching online or you're here at the track, he's gone the wrong way, has Rick Flowerdale. Just keep the hydration up. It doesn't matter what you're hydrating with, just keep the hydration up.
Of course, we're doing that here in the commentary box, mate. A lot of H2O flowing around, so fantastic to keep that up. But, you know, certainly keep hydrated because it's, like I say, forecast for 29 degrees here today. The sunniest place to be in New Zealand, I reckon.
And Rick Flowerday now back on the rotation proper, certainly adding a lot of time to the run, but as we've said before, takes a fair bit of nous to be able to get back onto the rotation proper, so that is a wonderful thing. These guys in the Stinger machine, the Group A category, qualifying round number 4. So, wow, huge news, and we will recap. Rick Flowerday gets a time there. I don't think we're going to worry too much about that. I think it's about 4 minutes 58. It's not really, but it's plenty. So, massive news. The Meena machine, Richard Murray, out for the day. It's thrown a rod. Hayden Wilson in the Group B, out. Not too sure what's going on with that one. So, well, the attrition is taking its toll. This is round 1 of the New Zealand season. Yeah,
it's not certainly, mate, but you'd rather do it now, or would you rather do it when you're in contention for the trophy? I don't think so. So let's get it out of the way. At least they've got another 5 rounds.
Yep.
Of course, we have got the drop round in, so they can afford to take the weekend, the next event off,
yes,
and come back strong for Wanaka. So who knows? We'll keep you posted throughout the Facebook and whatever with the plans of what they're going to do. But yeah, that's really unfortunate for them today.
Bevan Edwards and Claudia Edwards from Carterton in the Lucas Oil Group A, boat 151, the inheritance. And, well, Bevan, believe it or not, this is his first race meeting, and certainly not driving like a rookie at all. And so he has done a couple of test and tune days, done a little bit of work on the river with a boat. So certainly the whole idea not brand new to him, but certainly showing a pretty smart set of heels at the moment. 27.23 on the split, about 3 seconds off the some of the best guys that we've seen in this Group A category. But wow, what a great debut here.
Geez, it turns on a dime, this thing, as he flicks it back round. And I'm so glad they do, because it's a bit hairy coming down this corner towards the commentary box. But this machine is looking pretty superb out on the water today, KV, as he comes round to post a great time of 54.574. Must need some H2O. I'll take a quick break and get some water.
Yeah,
KV,
that's looking good there for Bevan Edwards. The next boat that we should be seeing should be Tony Reid, the man from Waitara, Andrew Bakey. The boat's still at it. And just waiting for those guys. Yes, they are off the trail. Interestingly, the Drillco machine still got a fairly heavy dent in the starboard bow, the right side bow of this vessel. Wondering if that wasn't repaired after last season, or because early this morning we had a bit of work to do that we weren't being able to watch what was happening on track. So we'll have to find out a little bit about that from Tony Reid. Maybe spent all season working on the engine and the setup and said, well, that little bit of a bump in there is not going to affect the performance of the boat any way, shape or form, so I'm just going to ignore it.
It's a bit like those boats that haven't got stickers on them, mate. That's not the bit that wins them the races. It's what's behind them that wins them the races, right? So as he flies through the middle of the course now to come around and post a split time of 28.567, he is powering it, hammer down. He'll be looking to post a good time to get to P1, KV.
Yeah, look, he's really going to have to very much push this. But as we know with Tony Reid, he's been around the sport long enough to know that you can't win the meeting in qualifying round number 4. You've got to get in to the finals to have a shot at it. So he'll be just slowly knocking the times down each and every rotation. And Tony Reid across the line there, one of his better laps with a 58.029. And certainly picking up, getting the time down, picking up the speed, and just getting to re-understand the boat. 6 months off or something since our last meeting, maybe even a little bit longer. So it takes a little while to get your head back used to the pace, the noise, the sound, the smell. All of these senses are really difficult to come to terms with after some time out of the sea.
That's right, mate. And interesting point to notice, they come back in there. I noticed through that whole race there that he had his visor up. As Navi had the visor down, he had the visor up. So some drivers go out with the sunnies on, some like to just keep it clean, mate. So tell us a bit about that, mate. Why would he just leave the visor up? Does he have to have it down for a safety thing?
No, that's just a personal preference. The eyewear certainly different thing. We'll touch back on that in a minute after Clayton and Mandy Tisdall's run here. Very interesting point. The couple from Tapanui down there on the South Island, Tisdall Contracting, Case Construction, Performance Auto, Roy McDonald Automotive Engineering, and Clayton and Mandy, of course, winners of the Group B category. Last year they stepped into the Group A category, just trying to find their feet in that category, and certainly looking quite good out there at the moment. So the 26.295 on the early split. Now this is this part of the track here. We've seen Clayton come down here very, very close indeed, just really millimetre perfect at this point. So Clayton Tisdall doing a fantastic job out there in the water. Of course, the jet speed hull built down on the South Island as well. And across the line, 53.206, straight to the top of the table at the moment in the Group A category. Now, Slim, to come back to you regarding the eyewear. Depending on how the wind picks up, a lot of guys prefer to have the visor just a little bit up, so that any water's not going to hit them directly in the face and they can see just under the lid of the visor. Some will have the visor all the way down, knowing that as they go back over into some of the spray that's hanging in the air, will hit them in the air, give them a little, in the visor, give them a little bit of kaleidoscopic vision, but providing they're used to it, it'll be okay. So it's really just a personal choice.
Sean and Faye Rice come out the Elite Kitchens machine. They'll be looking to do all right too, as these guys, they're a good unit, they work well together. You'd like to think so, husband and wife team, as they throw it round the bottom of the course, coming back up through the middle. Look at these guys go. Man, these things turn on an absolute dime as it comes through the washing machine part of the course. Now we'll come round to look for that first split time. These are certainly making a difference. That's a good split of 25.773. We've got plenty of wash on the window of the commentary box. These guys are flying through the course now. Oh, there's that hairy part. Big spray. There's that hairy part of the course there. Up what we call the Conrod Straight of the water track now. Oh, this is a superb drive from Sean and Faye as they come through to take a great time of 52.285 and slot right into P1. Doing well as they come back through to pick that up, and they've got to be happy with that run. Just to cruise back as we see the Novus machine coming out now of the side, Gibbon and Donaldson. I'll just idle it through, wait for the green light, hammer down, Well, that's unfortunate. They were looking good too. That great split time of 24.288. They were on track for definitely at least 55 at least. We have a look at the replay now. They come around, just collected a little bit of mud, I think. Got stuck in there. You see them come past now. Oh, yeah, no, round. It's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Could have just, cut out something. Could have got caught in there. You see him there, come around the top there. It's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Up on the grass. So give them a round of applause, folks. Both out of the water. Well done for those guys.
At the moment in the MF King machine.
Yeah, they'll be looking to go around that hazardous bit of corner through the washing machine part of the course now. Geez, this is a nice looking boat, KV.
Yeah, this boat certainly is for sale. So if you're interested in getting into jet sprinting, you can't go too far wrong with this one. I can guarantee you that. Young Harry Whelans and Jason Conroy, fantastic young blokes, and this boat just looking sensational at the moment. The split at a 26.766. Want to be able to get that down just that little bit lower. Or the big back off into that right-hander. That's not gone too bad. We've seen a few guys go in there too hot and really have to hang off the steering wheel to make that corner stick. Harry Whelans, that was very well considered. He's eased it off and gone through there very nicely. Harry Whelans through the loop there with a 54.237, finds himself in P3. Ladies and gentlemen, just a bit of an announcement. Can we get the kids away from the fences, please? We've seen there's a few kids hanging off the fences, and indeed any hay bales. They are there for safety reasons. If the bow of the boat goes, we do have catch fences, but the bow of the boat may poke through the actual fence. So if we can have a couple of metres of distance from the kids, for the kids and everybody else indeed, we would certainly appreciate that. We are now going to Neil Marshall and Hayley Brunning. Eagle Automotive.
These two will be looking to make amends from the last round, KV, when they went a bit pear-shaped. He started off pretty well anyway as a big spray comes up towards the commentary box as they head through the centre of the course. And Neil's been doing this a little while. Yeah, real nice guy. Great team as they head down to the bottom of the track. Oh, sounding, it's humming, KV, it's humming.
Yeah, look, this left, right, left, up through here, really got to get those lines right, particularly in the Group B, Group A boats, because you just don't have that raw power available to drag you out of the trouble. The split at a 26.613. Sean Rice was about 1.1 seconds quicker than that. So Neil Marshall and Hayley Brunning still going to need to make up some ground in that earlier part of the lap. They'll be chasing it now. But Neil Marshall, many years ago, was New Zealand's top-ranked tarmac rally driver. So certainly been in the jet sprinting scene for a number of years. 53.550 into P3, and wow, very, very tight there. 0.3 slower than Clayton Tisdall in position 2. Sean Rice clear in the lead, 1.3 seconds above those guys, but we still do have reigning New Zealand and world champion Ollie Silverton to come out now in the PSP machine. Clearview and Suntough translucent roofing products, drainage systems, Biolytics, Magnum Automotive, Nudix Sheet Metals, GJ Gardner Homes and Hines.
And of course PSP, the sponsor of the Jetsprints this year.
Ollie Silverton, game on.
Look at that. Certainly no mucking around. The green light wouldn't have even been turned off, and he was through the first bend. So that's why he's probably where he is, KV. I think look at the splash of that water, the power that's coming out of this boat.
Yeah, certainly this Sprint Tech hull works very, very well. Ollie Silverton, we've seen him drive a little bit untidily, which is very uncharacteristic of this young man through the course of the day, but he's really nailed that right hander. He had a little bit of trouble with that earlier in the day. The split the initial split was very, very good indeed. So Ollie Silverman with a 24, the fastest split of the day in the Group A at this point. Now in the run for the finish line, Ollie Silverman at 50.912, straight to the top of the table, 1.3 seconds quicker than Sean Rice, who was 1.3 seconds quicker than Clayton Tisdall. So that's how it ended up, 1, 2, 3. Then it was Neil Marshall, Harry Whelans, Bevan Edwards and Tony Reid in the Group A category for qualifying round number 4. We are going to reset our clocks and go qualifying round number 4 for our mouth fresh super boats.
Fantastic. Let's just swing our attention to all the public here. You guys having a good